Hi, my name is Damien Bunce and I'm the Chief Trading Officer at Exness. As all of you know, the company is making substantial investments in both its organisation structure and also its strategy in order to position the company for future growth over the coming years. I'm here today to talk to you about one component of that strategy, and that's a new department, the LP and Trading Engine department, and to describe what that department looks like, what it's involved in, because we're going to be launching that in the coming weeks. At a very high level, the department is concerned with two primary areas. First off, there's teams that are involved in the health, the stability, the resilience, the safety, and the protection of our global trading infrastructure. And then the second side of the department is much more concerned with developing new products and new business lines and working very closely with their partners in technology to deal with those items that are listed in our strategic priorities. So now let me talk about some of these teams. So the market making operations team, or brokerage operations, this is an absolutely crucial team. These people spend their time making sure that our infrastructure, our global trading infrastructure, is permanently accessible for our clients at all times of the day and night, round the clock. If there are problems, and it's inevitable that there will be problems, this group is responsible for restoring order. That may lead to client compensations or various other issues, but this team is responsible for managing and maintaining the health of that infrastructure. We also have the Trading Anti-Fraud Group. Most of you in the organisation will be familiar with this team. Again, this team operates around the clock between Cyprus and between Malaysia, 7/24, monitoring alerts regarding suspicious trading behaviour that would be adverse for Exness. It's a crucial protection function. If the team finds suspicious behaviour and identifies activities that are against our rules, then they have the mandate to make changes, and indeed for many years now that team has implemented technology code changes to try and stop this form of abuse. We have a new risk officer function. Every financial organisation manages some form of risk. At Exness, we warehouse a lot of our risk. Our business model is relatively unique and we're successful. But we also have to accept that at some point in time, we don't know where or when, there may well be some black swan event that takes us all by surprise. So we're introducing a new risk function for market risk that spends its time permanently analysing our exposures, building a framework for VAR, value at risk, what's the maximum we could lose in any one day, and then figuring out what would be the appropriate actions to take in various scenarios. And then finally, with this segment of the department, we have our London organisation. Our London organisation, and in particular the CEO of the London office, are guardians of two really important assets for Exness. One of them is our FCA licence in the UK, and the other one is our relationship with our new prime broker, UBS. Both of these are actually very difficult to obtain, but both of them can also be lost very easily. So the London office has a responsibility to make sure that we keep our house in good order, and that we are constantly working with the regulator and with our prime broker to keep those key assets stable and in place. They are very important selling points for Exness. They help improve the company's profile, and indeed in the future, as we develop some businesses, that license for particularly B2B business will be pretty important. Now on to the part of the department which is much more concerned with developing new products and new technologies and new business lines that are linked to our strategy. This trading products group and prop trading and LP business are all new areas for Exness, and I want to speak briefly about them. So the prop trading business, some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware, this was launched about a year ago. And it had a primary objective, or two primary objectives, and they were, number one, to improve price discovery, which would help to better improve our overall pricing for our retail business. And the second one is to increase our focus around speed and latency so that we can get to our liquidity sources and our prices as quick as possible, because those two components are very important to our retail business. And in fact, both of those to a large extent have been accomplished. So over the coming period, we're going to be continuing to accelerate and work on that side of the business, the prop trading business. Our LP business, some of you may know this as institutional business or B2B business or white label business. It's had various different guises at Exness in the past. As it stands now, the LP business is non-existent. It's a structure that we're conceiving, that we're thinking about. We need to figure out as an organization what aspect of the liquidity provision business we want to operate in, what client segments are we targeting, what geographies are we targeting. So we're in the very early stages of thinking through our LP business. But you can imagine that, as a large market maker, our natural DNA or our expertise can easily be pivoted towards a different client segment. It will bring different challenges, but at the same time, it's not something that's going to be new for us. And entering a B2B segment really helps to improve the image of the company, might lead to a better valuation at some point in the future, for example. But definitely entering more professional markets is a good diversifying measure for Exness. And then finally, the trading products group. The trading products group is a new department, and its mission is to deliver on many of the core strategic technology initiatives identified for our growth. So for example, the team will be building a wealth management platform. The team will be building a new proprietary trading terminal. The team is going to be involved in defining and building a new API infrastructure. Why is an API infrastructure important? Well, if we want to target high-value clients that trade using their own algorithms, for example, or we're interested in attracting more clients that are using the TradingView terminal, we need a good, clean, efficient API strategy for that. And then finally, we have the trading conditions group. The trading conditions group is our own in-house quant team, our mathematicians. They work to build the models on pricing and on execution. And of course, it's an absolutely critical part of the Exness environment. And we'll be continuing to enhance that group going forward. So I hope this video has given you some insights into my new department. Over the coming weeks, we will be launching Facebook pages for the LP and Trading Engine group. There will be follow-up emails. The individuals that are involved in moving into this department will be identified on the Facebook pages. We are really excited to try and bring some excellent innovation to the company over the coming years. I'm very proud to be leading this department, and I look forward to working with all of you in the future. Thank you.